Alright, this is Paranormasight, The Seven Mysteries of Hanzhou. It's a game that I have played a little bit of, but I decided I wanted to save it to play on my channel as my first video. Ah, here you are. Welcome, welcome. I have been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the storyteller. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I shall be your guide going forward. Now then, before we begin our story, there are several things I must bring to your attention. First, this game uses autosave. This game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Saving is a very important element of games. It's the only way to keep your memories in place. If you do not wish to rely on autosave alone, you can save manually via the menu. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. From here, you can check the text log, view useful files, and switch auto mode on and off. You can also adjust the brightness volume and other settings in the options menu. For instance, if there's a voice you'd prefer not to hear, you can mute it by setting the voice volume to 0. I suggest you check the brightness controls and other settings now before going on. Oh, I should have set up my controller and I didn't. I'll explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah, there's one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. It would feel strange to go on without knowing your name. Please tell me what I may call you. Gremlin. No. Yes. I see, very good. I seem to have gotten it right this time. That was weird. Alright, now that we've been properly introduced, let us begin our story. Ahem. From antiquity to present day, regardless of how society and civilization evolve, death has been a constant presence that none have ever escaped. Whether it's one's own or that of someone close, death is always a difficult thing to accept. This is an immutable reality, a value shared by all, no matter the age in which they live. In fact, oral traditions reflecting people's fears and prayers regarding death still remain, ghosts, spirits, and so on. Similarly, in an attempt to defy death, many curses, rituals, and customs have been born, from burning spirit incenses to summoning the souls of the dead. Some of those secret arts are still being passed down to this day. Ah, on that note, Gremlin. This may seem rather abrupt, but... is there somebody you wish to bring back from the dead? What if you had one chance to use the secret art of resurrecting the dead? Yes, if you had the power to bring someone back to life one time and one time only, what would you do, Gremlin? Use it if I had to sacrifice myself, use it if I had to sacrifice someone, use it if it came at no cost, or I wouldn't want to let someone else have it. I'd use it if I had no cost. I see. Very interesting. Yes, that's what I thought you would say. What seems to be the matter? You want to know what's in this box that's been sitting here? It's quite the curious thing, isn't it? This is called a color television. The world I will be sending you to is full of devices such as this that do not exist in the age you are from. In this era, a color television can be found in nearly every household. That is not all. For example, if a person should wish to contact someone while they are out of their home, they use public telephone like this that can be found all over the city. Can you imagine what life would be like in such a time? I'd be thrilled to have you continue this story, Gremlin. After all, that is why you came here, no? So let us begin. I have kept you waiting long enough. I present you to Paranormasight, a bizarre tale surrounding the curse known as the Rite of Resurrection. A peculiar yarn ensnaring 9 men and women in a fierce fight for their lives as it unravels. Some of the characters appearing within surely share your views on the Rite of Resurrection. I imagine those who have lost someone dear to them will feel particularly strongly about it, clinging to it as their last desperate hope. The first I shall introduce, a man named Shogo Oki, is one of them. Shogo Oki, male, occupation office worker. Shogo is an unremarkable young man entering his 3rd year of working in a planning department at Hihaku Soaps, a chemical company headquartered in Sumida. Born in Western Tokyo to an ordinary family around the same time as the birth of color TV, he grew up amidst the boom of special effects, heavy action films, anime, variety shows, professional baseball, and pop music. Shogo graduated from a famous private university in Tokyo and has since settled into an apolitical mindset, common amongst those of his generation, with no strong ideals and no particular dissatisfaction with the world as it develops around him. He's content to just go with the flow, having stumbled into his current position by pure chance, and it is safe to assume he will follow the stereotypical path of working his way up the ladder, starting a family, and remaining at the same company until retirement. He plays folk guitar as a hobby and is currently looking for a girlfriend. Storyteller. The storyteller guides those who visit Paranormasight. Everything else about him remains a mystery. Okay. Oh. Oh, I wonder what it could be at such a time. Early this morning, the body of a drowned man was discovered at a park in Sumida City. Police have identified the body as Shogo Oki, a 25-year-old man who worked at a company in the area. As signs of a struggle are found, the Sumida police suspect foul play and have launched an investigation. Oh, excuse me, please pay no mind to what you've just seen. Goodness, you very nearly saw something that would have spoiled the story. Just pretend you did not see that. Let us turn back time back a smidge and start again from there. Do you understand? You saw nothing. You know nothing. This story is a work of fiction. All locations, characters, organizations, legends, etc. that appear in this game have no relation to reality. Square Enix presents Shogo? Shogo, are you alright? Hey, can you hear me? Huh? Hey, that's not a proper answer. Earth to Shogo Oki. What do you think you're doing falling asleep here? You gave me quite the shock. Come on. Up with you. Up. Okay. And... there. How's that? Alright? Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? I'm fine, I think. There's definitely nothing wrong with my humors, though my head's still a little fuzzy. Officer Shogo Oki. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Turn your head around a little bit to see if you can walk alright. Alright. Let's see. I wonder if setting up a controller at this point is possible. Do-do-do-do. Setting up my controller. Okay. There we go. Much better. Oh, God. Good. You seem to be fine. What a relief. Do you remember anything? Like where we are or what we're doing? The Rite of Resurrection? Huh? Wait a second. When did I tell you about that? I mean, I guess I must have, seeing as you know that name, but weird. Anyway, you still seem a little out of it. Why don't you look around a bit more? Alright. Where are we? Oh, right, this is Sumida City, Tokyo. We're at Kinshibori Park near Kinshicho Station. Yoko brought me here saying she needed my help with something important. It's just past midnight. That explains why there's nobody else around. Ah. I'm just going to use this for now on. Kinshibori Park, opened 1950, conveniently close to Kinshicho Station and surrounded on all sides by roads. This paved park is a popular spot for people to meet or relax. Kinshiboro Park was named after the Kinshiboro Canal, part of the South Warigisui Canal, which could be once found nearby. In fact, the area's name, Kinshicho, was also derived from the canal. Okay. Boop. That's Yoko Fukunaga. Good. At least I can remember that much. I first met her about a month ago. She's 23, works as a housekeeper, and is really into the occult. If I think harder, I can probably recall a little more about what's going on. We've only met a few times, but we've really hit it off. She's a lot of fun to be around. I have no idea how she feels, though. I get the sense that she isn't thinking about me that way right now. But I know I've got a thing for bubbly girls who are into dark things like the occult. Paranormal fanatic Yoko Fukunaga. Boop. Yoko Fukunaga, female housekeeper. After obtaining a junior college degree, Yoko started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she has received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue to this day. Following graduation, Yoko worked at a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural, and quit within a year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. As she vowed to live life true to herself and never change for the sake of others, Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogopogo, who has been by her side since she was a student. Boop. Oh. Yep. Surroundings. Playground. That's an interesting looking playground. But it's crawling with kids during the daytime, but it's kind of peaceful here at night. Okay. Yikes, that was close. If we died before we got our hands on the rite of resurrection, everything would be over before it started. Okay. Let's recall. Let me think. What can I remember? Okay, her name is Yoko Fukunaga. We met about a month ago. What's the deal with this park? It was around noon on one of my days off. I had just finished running some errands in Kinshicho and was here taking a quick break. I was just looking around absent-mindedly. Oh. When I noticed this girl loitering about. She was digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seemed to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figurines and petting them on their heads. My curiosity got the better of me before long, and I struck up a conversation. Hey, are you looking for something? Sorry, I must look like a total weirdo. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm looking for something. If you want, I could give you a hand. Really? I mean, that'd be a huge help, but... Are you really just a good Samaritan, or are you after, something else? Huh? Definitely a good Samaritan. Oh wow, my hero. People like you really do exist. I think I might cry. Okay, I guess I'll let you help me. Be warned, you might regret what you've gotten yourself into. No worries. What are you looking for anyway? Did you lose a bracelet or something? Not exactly. I'm searching for one of the 7 mysteries. Supposedly, this is the location of the Whispering Canal. The what? Now I've done it. I bet you think I'm some kind of lunatic. The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Do you know anything about it? I figured everyone around here would have at least heard of it, but I guess not. Honjo is what the southern part of Sumida is called. A long time ago, this part of Tokyo was split into 2 separate cities. The north part was Mukujima, and the south part was Honjo. Huh. Am I boring you? Well, I'm not a local or anything. I just work around here. Oh, then no wonder you didn't know. Well, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo is a legend dating all the way back to the Edo period. Really? It's that old? That's like over 200 years ago. Oh, I've got your attention after all. I just assumed it was one of those fake stories made up to chase the occult craze. Haha, I don't blame you. A lot of popular stories going around are pretty fishy. But the 7 Mysteries of Honjo are different, because they're all true. They're true? That's what I said. They're the real deal. So, hold on, what does that mean? Are you telling me there's actually paranormal stuff at work in this park? Yep, pretty much. But there's gotta be more to it. After all I've done, I still haven't found a thing. That was the first time I met Yoko Fukunaga. Oh yeah. Oh god, a lot of reading. Honjo became known as a hotspot for strange happenings during the Edo period. A number of these stories have survived to this day and become known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. While many of these were likely the result of people blaming things they didn't understand on spirits or monsters, the stories continue to be told as urban legends. Despite what the name would imply, there are actually more than 10 of these strange tales. Their roots likely come from a story told by the city's common folk. The most famous of the stories is the Whispering Canal, which eventually became the basis for both an idiom and a well-known rakugo story. Famous of the 7 mysteries. Whispering Canal, Fool's Procession, Beckoning Light, Haunting Clappers, Evergreen Beach, Taiko of Sugara, Suguru, the foot-washing mansion, the one-sided reed, and the ever-burning lantern. The Whispering Canal, formerly known as Kinshibori, many fishermen once gathered on this section of the canal that ran through Honjo. As their days came to a close and the fishermen gathered up their catches, a terrifying voice would rise up from the canal whispering, "Leave it behind! Leave it behind!" Those who ignored the voice found themselves unable to move, and their previously full baskets of fish emptied. They would then be dragged into the canal, never to return. This strange phenomenon continued to occur, and the people began to call this body of water the Whispering Canal. Occult craze. Paranormal phenomena, the supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilizations, ESP. The list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take on a life of their own. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in the Loch Ness, sightings of mythological creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon. The urban legend of the Kuchisake Onna, television reports of spoon-bending psychics, documentaries which feature mediums and spirit photography. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public. There is no end to this obsession in sight, with magazines on paranormal phenomena enjoying widespread publication. Most recently, rumors of an ancient ritual known as the Rite of Resurrection have been spreading in certain circles. We exchanged contact information and we've talked on the phone a few times since. We've even met in person once or twice. But she never brought up the 7 Mysteries of Honjo again. I figured she'd gotten bored of it. Until today, when all of a sudden she decided to resume her search. Huh? Wait a second, where did Yoko go? There she is. There she is! She's back to digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seems to be enjoying herself talking to the animal figures and petting them on their heads. No animal needs that much petting. According to Yoko, the Whispering Canal, one of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, is around here somewhere. It's apparently the story that the expression "left at the canal" originally comes from. I think I left myself a note about it. I should check my files. Gee, she's still at it. That's right, she asked me to come here to help her look for one of the 7 mysteries. I think I did some research into the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. I can't remember all too well. I should check my files. Okay. Oh, wow. Fool's Procession. Do I want to read all these? You know what? We got time. An enduring superstition, a mysterious tale regaling an encounter held by a daimyo at his residence in Honjo's Ushijima, now Komagata High School. While walking around his estate, he heard the sound of music much like that of a kagura performance. He commanded his people to find the source, but no matter how much they searched, the music would fade when one neared the Origisui Canal. The source of the sound was never located. This story is also known as the Procession of the Tanuki, which many were of the belief that it must have been those mischievous tricksters behind it. An enduring superstition. While walking along the road near Hoanji at night, one might spot a hazy lantern up ahead despite there being no one around. Following it will cause it to go out suddenly when getting near, but just when one fears the darkness might swallow them up, another light will appear further ahead, as if guiding the one who sees it. Some say the flame is benevolent, leading people to their homes, while others believe it's a monster leading people astray. Some even believe it's the vengeful spirit of someone that died, luring the lost to the land of the dead. Haunting clappers. As the evening bell rings in Iricho, near present-day Shimoku Bridge, a night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers together again. Clack, clack. The echo answers again. But no matter how hard he searches for the source of the second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it was the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it was a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. The Evergreen Beach. Once upon a time in North Okurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as the former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the beech residence. Somehow no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumors spread of the eternally green tree, it became known as the Evergreen Beech. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to say the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became a legend at all. The Taiko of Suguru. There once was a daimyo from Hirosaki domain in Suguru who built a residence in Midoricho, on a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower in the event of a fire. While most towers used wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason this residence was permitted to use drums. The residence and its special privileges led to many speculation and gossip among the townfolk. Foot washing mansion, I know about this one. This is the story of something that occurred in the dead of night in a residence in Mikasacho, modern-day South Warigesu Street in Kamizawa. A foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly a giant foot drenched in blood smashed through the ceiling. "Wash it," commanded. After the servants carefully washed the foot, it returned from whence it came, fixing the roof it had broken. A man who had been visited by the foot every night asked a friend to trade houses with him. That night the foot stopped appearing. The one-sided read. There once was an infamous rogue by the name of Tamezo who fell for a woman named Okoma. Tamezo persistently chased after Okoma, attempting to win her heart over and over again, but she rejected his advances every time. Enraged by her indifference to him, Tamezo brought a dagger to the canal near Ryogoku Bridge and attacked Okoma. He cut the arm and leg off one side of her body and then threw them into the canal. Ever since then, the reeds growing along that canal only have sprouted leaves on one side. The ever-burning lantern. On a bone-chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a soba cart along the canal known as South Warigesui. But there is something strange about this cart. No matter when one might visit, its owner is nowhere to be found, yet the lantern that hangs from it stays perpetually lit, burning brightly even with no oil to fuel it. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there is also the tale of the never-burning lantern, another telling of this story in which the soba cart's lantern always remains dark, refusing to be lit. Okay. Look at YOKO again. Oh wait, she's coming back this way! Hey, what was that just now? Huh? Didn't you hear that? You're hearing things. No, I didn't hear anything. You sure you didn't just imagine it? Maybe I did. But your special talent, you should have been able to hear it. Pay closer attention for me, okay? My special talent? What are you talking about? Huh? I mean your spirit sense. You look like you can handle your liquor. Huh? I have no idea what drinking has to do with it, but I don't think so. Well, you must. I mean, you can see me, right? Huh? 1 a.m. Let's go. Kinshibori Park. Wait. You're kidding, right? About what? I mean, just now. It kind of sounded like you were saying that only people with spirit sense can see you. Of course that was a joke. Duh. You don't really think I'm some kind of evil spirit, do you? But yeah. I meant what I said about your spirit sense being strong. I bet you could down a whole gimlet in one gulp, seriously. That's the real reason I asked you to help me with the 7 Mysteries of Honjo business. Okay. Let me just clarify something. Are you saying you can actually see paranormal stuff? Sure, I can handle a solid Moscow Mule. Why are you measuring this in terms of cocktails? Not a believer, huh? Well, that's no matter. But you have seen some weird stuff over the years, right? Weird stuff? Yeah, like things you could see but could never understand. You can't be serious. Okay, let's ask about the alcohol first. Totally unrelated, but do you actually drink? Real alcohol, I mean? Whoa, talk about whiplash. I didn't expect you to start making small talk. Well, our conversation was getting a bit dark. I figured a change of topic might lighten things up. Oh, I see. If you really want to know, I'd like to think I can handle a few drinks. But to tell you the truth, I've never actually had a Moscow Mule. Really, no. I just thought it sounded cool. I would like to try it, though. Why don't we go for a drink sometime, then? Oh, are you asking me out? No, you're just being a good Samaritan, right? No, that's not what I meant. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'd be up for that. But only if we find one of the 7 mysteries. Alright, then let's get to work. Let's talk to her again about spirit sense. I've seen ghost photos in magazines before, but are you telling me they really exist? You bet they do, but you can only recognize them if you really believe in them, so be careful. So even with my skill, I won't be able to see them if I doubt they exist. That's right, the spirit world is all about the mind and the soul. You won't be able to see a thing unless you're properly in tune. But sometimes people get caught up in the moment thinking they might see something, and then they really do, because they believed they would. Is that how it works? Yep, just like drinking. You never know how much booze you can handle until you're ready to down some shots. I'm still not sure I get the drinking thing. You know, I realized how strange it was as the words left my mouth. Sheesh. 7 mysteries. I did some research on the 7 mysteries of Hondo at the library. You did? What did you find? Well, I discovered a few interesting things. Oh, tell me everything. 7 mysteries. Because there's more than 7. Although they're called the 7 mysteries, the literature lists 9 of them. Oh, I'm surprised you picked up on that. Nice researching. Some people think there could be up to 15. That's the thing about these old folktales. Stuff gets added to them over the years. That's more extra stories than main ones. Yeah, but the 7 mysteries rolls off the tongue way better than 9 or 15. If you say so. But it makes sense, don't you think? It's more likely to be passed on if it's easy to remember. Huh, that's a good point. Spirit sense again. And if you can believe that, there might be hope for you yet. You can't be serious. Okay, so that was that. 7 Mysteries of Hanjo again? What about the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo caught your attention? Are these really ghost stories? So I read some of the stories and none of them were, well, scary. I thought these were supposed to be ghost stories. That's true. They're more like a collection of superstitions, really. But there are some pretty disturbing ones in the mix. Yeah, like the one that's supposed to take place here, the Whispering Canal. People who fished in this canal would hear a voice calling out, saying, "Leave it." They had to abandon their catch or the canal would take it. Right. Is that what you're expecting to find here in the park? Not quite. We're talking about a folktale from hundreds of years ago. After centuries of the telephone game, who knows if it's anything like the original story? So basically, you think the true story of the Whispering Canal might be completely different from what we know? Exactly. I'm sure it is. I mean, weren't you curious? About what? People from around here have that expression left of the canal, right? Meaning to abandon someone? This story is where it comes from. Except the story being told today is about fish. There's nothing in it about leaving people behind. Now that you mention it, that's true. So you're saying the original story maybe did involve someone being abandoned? That's what I'm trying to find out. Ah, gotcha. Let's talk to her again about the Rite of Resurrection. Oh, by the way, were we talking about the Rite of Resurrection? Oh, your memory is as strong as your tolerance. I'm gonna start calling you Martini Man Shogo. I'm really climbing up the drinks menu, huh? So, you know about it, huh? The Rite of Resurrection? A magazine ran a feature on it recently that got practically everyone talking about it. Really? Maybe that's where I heard about it. Still, I don't know. It seems a little too far-fetched to be true. So, the Rite of Resurrection. It's the forbidden art of bringing the dead back to life, concocted by a famous onmyoji from an ancient age. Rumor has it an old manuscript containing actual concrete details about the rite was recently discovered. This rumor comes from a presentation given by local historian Hideki Arashi at an academic conference. You sure know a lot about this stuff. That's because I'm secretly a huge occult buff. I kinda got that. Oh. But if a researcher spoke about it at an academic conference, it must have some basis in fact. Exactly! That's why I believe the Rite of Resurrection's real. Now I'm starting to believe it too. Good. The pursuit of the unknown starts with belief. I got that from Professor Arashi himself. Huh. Let's see. Rite of Resurrection. As indicated by its name, this manuscript holds detailed instructions on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead. This forbidden ritual is said to have been devised by a once famous onmyoji. Local researcher Hideki Arashi recently discovered the old manuscript and gave a presentation on it at an academic conference, sending ripples through the field of occult studies. Wait, hang on. I've got another question. You mentioned the Rite of Resurrection. Are you looking for that too? Does it have something to do with the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo? Oh, you're sharp. I could cut my finger on you. To tell the truth, it's actually the other way around. What do you mean? Well, I started off searching for the Rite of Resurrection, but along the way I realized I needed to investigate the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo first. I see. So then, where are you looking for the rite? If you're looking for a way to bring someone back from the dead, does that mean you've got someone you want to bring back? You know what? Forget it. It just came to mind, so I thought I'd ask. I didn't mean to pry. Sorry. No, it's fine. I figured I needed to tell you at some point. It's Ogopogo. Ogopogo? Yeah, I want to bring Ogopogo back to life. He died in an accident about a month ago. Ogopogo died? Oh, right. Ogopogo was my dog. I had him for 8 years. Oh, okay. Your dog. Gotcha. You spent a long time together. Losing him must have been really hard for you. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure if the rite even works on dogs. But as soon as I found out about it, I knew I had to give it a try. I don't think I could forgive myself if I just let the opportunity pass by. Definitely. Now I understand why you feel so strongly about it. Thanks for telling me. I know this must be hard to talk about. But you know what? All that led me to meeting you. So at least something good came out of it. Though it doesn't mean I'll stop looking, obviously. Yoko, I'll do everything I can to help you. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. Let's keep up the hard work then, yeah? What's it got to do with 7 mysteries? So about the connection between this rite and the 7 mysteries. Putting together everything we've talked about. My guess is that the original stories behind the 7 mysteries, the true stories, are the key to finding the rite of resurrection. And that's why you're here searching for one of them. Do I have that right? Wow, 10 out of 10! You're proving to be quite the capable assistant. Wait, since when was I your assistant? Anyway, this is all just hearsay, but some say that what led the 7 mysteries coming to be was the rite of resurrection itself. Huh? Don't the stories come from the Edo period? I thought the rite of resurrection was supposed to be way older than that. Right. It seems that Omiyoji from the Edo period rediscovered in ancient art. That old manuscript I mentioned with all the details on how to use the rite, apparently it was written in the Edo period. Oh right, I never told you its name. The manuscript is called the Record of Fates. Whoa, what a name. And it speculates that the secrets of the rite are hidden within the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So now the 7 mysteries are the hot new trend. Among who? You know, this whole thing's starting to sound pretty questionable. Come on, remember what I said about the pursuit of the unknown? It starts with belief, right? Okay. The Record of Fates, an old manuscript from the Edo period written by the sorcerer who recovered the rite of resurrection. It is viewed as a priceless and authentic document due to its detailed account on how to perform the ritual. Whoa. What the hell? It feels like the air just changed. What was that just now? Oh, fuck. Yoko, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. Yoko, Yoko! It's no use, she's in no condition to talk. I feel eyes on my back. I can't move. Is there something behind me? Something got Yoko really rattled. Okay. I don't see anything behind me. Okay. Yoko? Uh-oh. Huh? Jesus. Huh? What the? What is this? This is something's... What is it? Why is this happening? "1 a.m. Kinshibori Park. Yoko, answer me. Yoko? No way. It can't be. Why? Why? Let's think. Gotta calm down, damn it. You don't know she's dead. You're not a doctor. It's fine, you're fine, everything's fine. Holy fuck! Ah, what the hell just happened? No, damn it, I've got bigger problems. Yoko, just hold on, everything's gonna be okay. Oh god, she's not breathing. She's cold and I don't feel a pulse. This can't be happening. Okay. An ambulance, right. I've gotta call an ambulance. I need a phone. Oh. Telephone booth. Right, the phone booth. I've gotta call an ambulance. I called it. The ambulance shouldn't be long. But is it gonna make a difference? Her body's gone stiff, her skin is cold, and I don't think she's breathing. She looks more like a mannequin than a person now. I don't think there's any coming back from that. I don't get it. Just a few minutes ago we were chatting away without a care in the world. Yoko. How did this happen? How could someone so bright and bubbly just suddenly drop dead? Resurrect her. Huh? Oh, that's right. If that rite of resurrection she was talking about really does exist, there might be a way to bring her back. If someone can just drop dead out of nowhere, like they were cursed, then why shouldn't there be a way to bring them back to life? Yoko believed in it, so if I believe in her, it seems completely possible. Maybe, just maybe, I can still save her. Even if I've got to deal with spirit senses and curses and whatever, I've got to try. Wait for me, Yoko, I promise. I'll use the rite of resurrection to bring you back. Right before she died, I felt a strange presence a few times. And it seemed like she saw something that shook her to the bone. There's definitely something strange going on, and maybe it's still here. What could she have seen? She mentioned that the rite of resurrection and 7 mysteries were connected, so maybe whatever it was she saw had something to do with the Whispering Canal. Whoa. Damn it, that presence again. It must be around here somewhere, but where? The cold night air feels like it's pressing down on me. Just standing here makes me want to scream, but I've got bigger problems right now. Okay. Fallen object. Huh? There's something on the ground. Did Yoko drop this? I didn't notice it till now, but there's a small wooden sculpture by her side. It's 3 or 4 centimeters tall. It looks like it could be a keychain, but from how rotted it is, it's way too old for that. Despite how tiny it is, I feel an almost palpable malice radiating from it. What the hell is this thing? Cursed stone acquired the Whispering Canal. What the fuck? Leave, help me, it hurts, why? Are these the Whispering Canal's memories? Gah. Such deep sorrow, a resentful memory is flowing into my mind. They walk away, behind, drop dead. Kill them. Kill them. Those who walk away. You have acquired the power of the Cursed Stone, the Whispering Canal. You can use it to kill those who walk away from you. Press the Use Curse button to kill your targets as they attempt to depart. Grah! A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like a thick black tar. Now, kill. Can you hear it, Curse Bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Should you seek life's restoration, take your curse in hand. Reap lives by the score, and claim their soul dregs for your own. Collect enough to sate this vessel, and by their sacrifice claim the gift of resurrection. Or better yet, slay your fellow curse bearers, for theirs are an equal of droves of lesser souls. Now go forth and kill. Sick. Whispering out, is there something added? The curse power. Kills by drowning one who leaves the curse bearer behind. Resentful memory. Toki loved fishing with her fog urchin Kichi more than anything. With their wicker baskets on their back, they would leave for the canal every morning and fish till the evening. The Misa supermother Koma made using the carp they caught was to die for. Her parents loved her dearly. One day, however, her father disappeared. Toki's mother went to look for him and never came back either. Those who came to express their concern eventually stopped visiting her out of fear. Toki continued to wait all alone. Mother, father, where did you go? Don't leave me behind. Unable to bear the loneliness, she left her home and trudged along the roads until night fell. Neither her mother nor father were anywhere to be found. Tears stung her eyes. Suddenly, the sounds of fish splashing in the water cut through the silence. She found herself standing before the canal where they used to fish together. The taste of the carp and the memory of her father's smile flashed across her mind. Without thinking, Toki walked into the moat. The sound of water splashing echoed throughout the night air. Passerby thought of it only as fish in the canal. The splashing faded, and silence returned to the lonely night. Okay. Curse echoes and curse bearers. Curse echoes are the visual manifestation of curses. These manifestations are fundamentally related to the origin of the curse. They do not always take the same shape and may sometimes appear in more abstract or disfigured form. They lack consciousness, unlike a spirit, and are thus mere dregs of the soul. Curses are made tangible by what are known as soul dregs. Someone possessed by a curse that is a curse echo is called a curse bearer. Curse echo in itself is a curse. and a possessed curse bearer can inflict that curse upon others at will. A curse that comes with a curse echo is considered very powerful in and of itself. Ordinarily, those with no spirit sense would not be able to perceive a curse echo, but anyone who becomes a curse bearer can see other curse echoes. Curse stones hold Netsuke carvings imbued with curses derived from the seven mysteries of Hanjo. Ordinarily, only those with spirit sense can wield such curses, but these curse stones will allow ordinary people to use them just as legally. Soul dregs. When someone dies, their life essence leaves their body and becomes a soul. If one is killed by means of certain curses, however, their life essence will turn to a residue known as soul dregs. The rite of resurrection essentially uses these soul dregs as sacrificial offerings to bring back the dead, but the amount of soul dregs required depends on when the person who was being resurrected passed away. The more time has passed since their passing, the more soul dregs are required. Jesus, is this my curse echo? What the hell was that? It's like the curse's memories flowed directly into my mind. In an instant, I understood everything. When I picked up this curse stone, the Whispering Canal must have cursed me. I also heard a strange voice. It told me that if I wanted the rite, I have to kill a bunch of people with this curse stone and collect their souls. I guess it's good to know that the rite really exists, but this thing wants me to kill people to get it? Screw that. Putting my own life on the line is one thing. Murdering other people is another thing entirely. And not just one person either. Scores, it said. So this is the curse of the Whispering Canal, huh? A curse that traps the soul of anyone who tries to walk away from me. But if I use it and collect enough souls, then I'll be able to bring YOKO back. And there was something about other curse bearers being worth more soul dregs. Jeez. I'm really at a loss here. Feels like I'm being watched. Is someone there? Where are you? Look at YOKO again. Oh, of course, I don't know how it took me so long to realize. This has to be some weird prank she's playing. Any second now she's gonna open her eyes, get up, and have a good laugh at how scared I was. Right, YOKO? You can give it up now. Boy, did I fall for that one. You really got me good. Wait, no, I've got it. You really were some sort of spirit all along. There's no way you're really dead, right? I'm not even fooling myself anymore. There's no going back, only forward. Oh, shadowy figure. Now that I look closer, is there someone there? Let's call out to him. Hey, who's there? Oh my, how unexpected. It was your curse that killed that poor woman, I take it? What? Cat got your tongue, Mr. Oki? Huh? A tall, humorless looking man. He doesn't look familiar to me. He's acting like he knows me, though. Have we met somewhere before? Who are you, and how do you know my name? Do you mean to say you don't recognize me? This comes as a bit of a shock, I must say. Look a little harder, and I dare say it will jog your memory. What's with this guy? Okay, let's think. That man, who is he? He looks to be in his 30s or 40s. He's all dressed in a suit and tie, but somehow he looks real shady. What's he doing here? Was he watching us all this time? Something tells me curses are nothing new to him. If he's one of the other curse bearers, then I need to be careful. He might be here to kill me and take my curse stone. But by the same token, killing him will net me a lot of soul dregs. Let's look at him again. Okay, let's think again. Need to be careful. Let's talk to him again. I still don't have a clue who you are. How do you know me? Have we met? Dear me, it's always humbling to find that one is not as well known as one believes. Perhaps my name will help you remember. I am Takumi Yumioka. Takumi Yumioka? Does that ring any bells? I think I've heard that name somewhere before. Maybe. So you do not even know my name. How disappointing. Disappointing but fortuitous. Mystery stranger. Takumi Yumioka. Okay. Male, question mark, question mark. The man who was covertly watching Shogo Oki at Kinshibori Park. Well then, Mr. Oki, allow me to make you a proposition. You have a curse stone in your possession. I would like you to give it to me. How do you know? How do you know about that? Why, I saw the whole thing. That doesn't explain how you know what a curse stone is. Even I barely have a handle on it. You know about the 7 mysteries of Hanjo and the curses and all that, don't you? But of course, those curse stones. They're terribly dangerous things, capable of killing without a trace so long as their conditions are met. I hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah. Imagine what might happen if one fell into the wrong hands. They'd be safer in mine, don't you agree? Although it seems I arrived too late to stop you from killing that poor woman. What are you? That wasn't me. I'm willing to overlook your indiscretion, but only if you give me your curse stone. No way in hell. For all I know, the wrong hands are yours. Very well, I'd hoped to settle this amicably, but you leave me no choice. This Takumi guy must have a curse stone of his own. He must have a curse stone. At least I'd be safer to assume so. It would explain how he knows so damn much. So he can kill me instantly as long as he fulfills his stone's conditions. Until I know what those conditions are, I can't make any sudden moves. I have to keep him talking, learn what I can, and figure out a way to get my curse out first. How can I get him to leave me behind? Though it would be a waste to not take this chance to find out about the other curse bearers. Takumi Yomiko, he said his name was. He hasn't taken his eyes off me for a second. Even now he's still staring right at me. Who the hell is he? Maybe if I can focus I can recall something useful. What's recall? Takumi Yumioka. How the hell does he know me? It's not like I've been getting out much. I barely have a life outside of work. Okay. I need a topic that'll keep him talking. My best bet would be about the curse stone. What do you want with my curse stone anyway? I intend to seal it away in a secure location so it may never be used again. I'm certain that you two would rather be free of this burden. The power to kill without fear of consequences is in itself a curse. There are many ne'er-do-wells in this world who could not resist the urge to use it. All the more so if promised the chance to resurrect the dead. You'll seal it away? How? Put it in the care of a sorcerer who is very versed in supernatural matters. If I've gained your trust, I must ask you to hand your curse stone. Let's talk about YOKO. How do I know it wasn't you who killed YOKO with your curse? Mr. Oki, if you're hoping to trick me into revealing whether I possess a curse stone, I assure you, you cannot. It is your curse that was responsible, Mr. Oki, no matter what you might tell yourself. That doesn't make sense. I only found this after YOKO died. Oh? Don't play dumb. I know you're the one who did this. Whether you choose to believe me is your prerogative, but you are mistaken. But you should know that multiple curses awakened at once at the stroke of midnight. There are many more curses in Honjo, and many other curse bearers. Is it not premature of you to assume that I'm the one responsible? Wait, so you're saying that at midnight a bunch of people became curse bearers? There's no point in continuing this conversation. For all I know, he could be telling me anything. Before I give you my curse stone, I want to know who you are. I need to know I can trust you. Reasonable enough concern. Very well, I'm an associate of the great sorcerer Suigen Gamyodo. Suigen Gamyodo? Indeed, you must have heard of him. I believe he was recently featured in a certain magazine. Your unfortunate companion there came seeking his counsel not a few days ago. It was from her that I learned your name. I thought she would have mentioned me to you, but it seems that was presumptuous of me. And when did this happen? Why, just 2 or 3 days ago. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not buying that. He knows I don't know who he is, so he's just trying to feed me a story. I've only known YOKO for a month, but she never mentioned going to see some mystic. Although it is YOKO we're talking about here, so it's hard to say for sure. I hope that's enough to convince you that my hands are more than trustworthy. Let's talk about YOKO again. Why are you so convinced it was my curse that killed YOKO? Why, it's simply that. Huh? I do believe I just saw your companion move. What? How does he know me? Work, that's how he knows me. I've never actually met him, so it totally slipped my mind. He's the secretary of the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps, a chemical company headquartered in Sumida City. He works as the company chairwoman Natsume Yamamori and demonstrates his unwavering loyalty through a swift and exact execution of every task given to him. Just as Natsume Yamamori continues to exert tremendous influence over the company since her retirement from the presidency, so too does Takumi continue to support her behind the scenes. Acting as Natsue's mouthpiece in this capacity has earned him the ire of the current president and the board of directors. Takumi knows the names and faces of not only all employees at the head office, but also the temporary workers and their factories and warehouses, and even their main suppliers. Thinks he can sell me anything, but I don't know if I've figured out that much helps me much right now. He works at Hihaku Soaps, just like me. He is the secretary of the chairwoman Natsume Yamamori. No wonder I didn't recognize him. He's way above us lowly peons. I've only ever seen him in the company bulletins. But he knew who I was. Could he have memorized the names and faces of everyone in the company? I know. Sugen Gamioto, my ass. I know who you are. You work at Hihaku Soaps just like me. You're the chairwoman's secretary. Well, that took you long enough. Your lack of company loyalty is frankly astounding. Allow me to reiterate my request then. Not as a stranger, but as your superior. Hey, we're not at the office. You don't get to push me around like that. Why is our chairwoman's secretary even out looking for curse stones anyway? I refrain from revealing myself precisely to avoid such questions, but I suppose needs must. Since the dawn of the Showa era, the land of Honjo has nurtured our company's growth and vice versa. It's our duty to ensure that curses do not take root in this land we know as our home. I'm not sure I buy that. Like many other things, it's not a matter that concerns the rank and file. The chairwoman has no desire to spread fear through our beloved company's birthplace. Now, if that is all, I insist that you hand me your curse stone. Now let's talk about Yoko again. What are you doing? Should you not check on her? Yoko. Wait, she doesn't look any different. Oh, no. Damn it all. Deceased. Oh, Shogo's blunder. Witness the death of Shogoki. My, gremlin. You seem to have arrived at a less than favorable result. This is mere conjecture on my part, but perhaps you ought to be more careful about turning your back on unscrupulous individuals. Fear not, you may make as many attempts as you please from before your unfortunate mishap. Well, let's try again. Very well, just remember, whatever you do, do not turn around. Okay. Other curse bearers. For each of the 7 mysteries, there's a curse and a curse bearer, right? Do you know what any of the others are? And what would you do with that information? Your intentions are nothing untoward, I hope. It is in the hearts of the selfish and insipid of those who would be the most tempted by the rite of resurrection that the curses take root, and a curse's resentful memories impart a powerful urge to kill, as I am certain you are aware. You are a victim of circumstance, Mr. Oki, but your situation is exceedingly dangerous. You must relinquish your curse stone for your own benefit before it's too late. Too late? It's already too late. There's no going back. All I can do is keep pressing forward. And if you're going to stand in my way, then I have to stop you. Am I to take that as a threat, Mr. Oki? I would encourage you to exercise more discretion before you fall foul of a curse. Let's think. If I want to use my curse on him, I have to get him to walk away and leave me behind. Now, what would convince him to do that? Scenario 1, he does what he came here to do. Scenario 2, he suddenly needs to be somewhere else. He's probably here for my curse stone, so I don't think I'll get out of the Scenario 1 alive. Scenario 2 means hoping something will happen by chance, and luck is rarely on my side, so my only hope is Scenario 3, something makes it impossible for him to stay. I don't have to keep him away forever, I just need to get him to walk away once. Wait, I've got it. I know I can convince him to leave. Convince him to leave. Oh crap, I totally forgot. What is it? I called an ambulance. It should be coming any minute now. Ambulance? Have you lost your mind? They'll arrive to find you standing next to a corpse alone in the dead of night. No doubt they'll hand you over to police, who will have some questions for you. Probably, but I'm sticking with Yoko. Unless you want to join me in an interrogation room, you better get out of here. You're telling the truth, I see. They're getting closer by the second. I cannot afford to be waylaid in this juncture. I fear I must take my leave. Sooner or later I'll return for your curse stone. I hope you do not abuse it in the meantime. Shogoki, you dare. No. He's dead. He's really dead. Woo! So this is what a curse stone can do. Whoa. 1% soul dregs. So if it's only 1%, then he must not have actually had a curse stone. Kinshicho area. I left the park immediately. Felt bad for leaving Yoko, but I couldn't stay there. The emergency medical services will probably take care of her body. Takumi's too. This will be all over the news tomorrow. But until then, I at least know she'll be in a safe place. Alright. I have to find my next sacrifice quickly. I've got no time to waste. I need to find the other curse bearers and collect their souls. Killing Takumi barely got me any soul dregs. I guess he must not have been a curse bearer after all. It's not enough. The soul of a non-curse bearer amounts to little more than leftover breadcrumbs. I have to think of places where the other curse bearers of the 7 mysteries would be. The curses were activated at around midnight. The others are bound to be active still. I should check to see if there are any other places with connections to the mysteries nearby. At the very least, another curse bearer might be thinking the same thing as me, meaning I could run into them. Let's see, which of the 7 mysteries are closest? I'm in the Kinshicho area right now. The Haunting Clappers are on the other side of the YOKO River, just over the Shumoku Bridge. The Foot Washing Mansion and the Ever-Burning Lantern are around South Warigisui Street, past the train tracks. And further along Oyoko River, I'll find the Beckoning Light at Hoonji Bridge. Those 3 places are the closest. I guess I should start there. Alright. Let's save here. And I will quit recording for today. Alright, thank you for listening. I'll be back with more videos like this in the future.